Greetings, I'm Professor Hobo, and today I'm not coming at you with another product review. Instead, we're just gonna kick back, relax with a cup of joe, and I'm gonna tell you guys a little chestnut of a story about my first ever solar generator and how it literally changed everything. HOBOTECH. Back around the holidays 2018, nearly 2 years ago, which seems like the good old-fashioned Fonzie days after the mess of 2020, I was doing a video about my DIY electric bike. So in that video, I was talking about possibly using the 700 watt-hour battery from my electric bike that runs at 58 volts and building a power station of sorts by putting it in a box with a charger and a voltage regulator and hooking it up to some 12-volt outlets and an inverter. And basically what I was trying to do was extend my boondocking time, because at the time my lead-acid batteries in the van were shot. I was boondocking for 2 solid years in a row off the grid. Those batteries were just pretty much dead. And I was looking at some way to extend my boondocking time. I wanted to run my computer so I can edit videos and watch TV and stuff like that. And the batteries I had in the van, even though I bought them new 2 years before, they were pretty much on their way out. So I was thinking, I can take my lithium-ion battery from my electric bike, convert that 58 volts to 12 volts, and do all kinds of fun stuff with it. A nomad named Jimmy was watching my channel at the time, and he said he represented this company called JACKERY. And they were looking for nomads to test out their portable power station, which was comparable to Goal Zero, and everybody at the time knew what Goal Zero was. They said they'd give me a free JACKERY 240 in exchange for a review on my channel. And being the tech nerd that I am, of course I agreed. So I met Jimmy at the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous in January 2019, and I got my new JACKERY off of Jimmy. That didn't sound right. I put it to use right away, powering my overhead LED lights for the campground, and I also powered an LED projector. Those of you who have been following me for a really long time remember me doing some sort of live videos with the JACKERY showing it powering the lights overhead and us watching movies using the JACKERY to power the projector. I also used it to charge up my electric bike and use it to run my 12-volt TV and at the time my 12-volt mini computer. Now, seeing that I just had a high-tech job just a few years ago where I was certified quality control for FDA medical devices, I knew I'd better take my time on this review and put this thing through its paces, because I didn't want to sell anything to anybody that I wouldn't use myself, and I want to make sure this was a quality product. I had been trained to thoroughly beat the tar out of both hardware and software to try to break stuff and explore any weaknesses in design. So I took the JACKERY into my van and I put it through its paces. I started using it for everything. I couldn't get it to fail. Even though I plugged a whole bunch of voltage into it, I put like, I think 60 or 80 volts into it at one time. Didn't blow anything up. I plugged my microwave into a JACKERY 240, which obviously can't run a microwave. It didn't blow it up. I realized that JACKERY product had so much safety built into it, I was thoroughly impressed. And then once I found out JACKERY was based in California, I couldn't wait to get my hands on more of their products and test them out. So fast forward almost 3 months, JACKERY was getting kind of eager for my review, so I finally put my notes together and I did my first ever solar generator review. Of course, very few people back then were actually calling them solar generators. And yeah, I'm saying back then as though it's like horse and buggy days, but compared to the products that are out today, it kind of is. Anywho, I did my best review, and looking back, it was hilariously bad. And yes, it's still there. If you guys want to go back and see my first ever JACKERY review of the JACKERY Explorer 240, you'll laugh. It was long before Professor Hobo. A company approached me wanting me to test one of their products and do a video review on it, and they gave it to me for free, but that does not mean for a moment that I'm going to just say it's wonderful and there's nothing wrong with it. There are pros and cons. We're going to go over it. It's a very, very popular product. What product is it? It's the JACKERY Explorer 240. Let's go check it out. However, JACKERY loved the review. In fact, they loved it so much they made an exclusive offer for me to be the first one on YouTube to review their new 60-watt Solar Saga solar panel. So I was stoked. I'm like, heck yeah. And yes, I'm a child of the 80s and I make no excuses. So long story longer, after those first reviews with JACKERY, I started getting other companies interested in doing reviews, and the whole thing started to kind of snowball after that. Fast forward to today, and Jackery sometimes sends me products months in advance before they hit the market, before they even have a book written for it or anything. They're still in the development stage sometimes, and they send it to me to ask for my feedback and suggest any improvements. A good example of that is this Jackery Explorer 300, which I had in my hands, I think 2 or 3 months before it went on sale. And I had sneak peeks of this thing in the background of many of my videos, and it got a lot of you pretty excited. They're like, what's that Jackery Explorer 240 back there with 2 outlets on it? And it's like, it's not a 240, it's the upgrade to the 240. One of the things I noticed right away was that these review videos were gaining a lot more views and a lot more subscribers and gaining a lot more traction than my middle-aged man with a cat van lifer style videos. So around the end of summer 2019, I started doing less vloggy type videos and more product review style videos. I also had a lot of fun testing these things. I mean, it tickles my inner nerd to just take a product and plug devices into it and try to blow it up and break it and see how many volts come out and how many volts you can put in. I mean, it's like way more fun testing something like this and doing a review on it than it is to talk about the trees behind me in the woods and walk around and show my cat on camera. It was a lot more fulfilling for me, and I think a lot of the viewers is more fulfilling for them because I was educating them on the process of how these things work and what you can do with them. And that's the thing, I really enjoy educating people. I almost became a professor in real life near the end of my education in science. And yes, I used to actually wear a lab coat like this in the science lab. But at the time, I couldn't afford graduate school, and I thought being in a heavy metal band was a lot more important. Kids.
Excellent!
So switching over to become a full-on educational channel in 2020 was a very important business decision for the survival of HOBOTECH, because otherwise this channel would have collapsed by now and went the way of the dodo. I basically grabbed the virtual Jackery by its virtual big plastic handle and rode into the sunset, where now I have more products in queue to review than I have free days to review them. And I guess that means it was some kind of a success and I made the right decision, even though it has upset some of my original longtime subscribers. So Jackery has actually been pretty good to me over the last couple of years, and while they don't listen to all my advice, even though I probably have more tech and development experience than most of them have been alive, they do sometimes listen. And they're certainly a solid company with some really high quality products, and the feedback that I've gotten over time can basically be summed up in one sentence. You get what you pay for. And that might sound cliche, but here's the thing. People argue that Jackery is too expensive, but you have to pay for quality. It doesn't come for free. You have to pay for durability, portability, ease of use. Jackery is some of the most easy to use products out there, the most portable, the lightest, easiest to set up and tear down. Those Solar Saga panels literally take like 2 seconds to open and hook up, compared to other solar panels which have like clasps and buttons and straps and things. Jackery uses a really cool magnetic locking system on those solar panels. It's like, boom, you're ready to go. That saves you time setting up and tearing down, and it's just simply cool. That stuff doesn't come for free. So I expect Jackery to be around as a company for a really long time and keep providing the Toyota of Sogens. And Jackery, don't you dare steal that marketing genius from me. Now, to celebrate Jackery's 8th year in business, they are offering 15% off site-wide. That means every product Jackery produces and has currently in stock is now 15% off for the next 3 days. That's only going to be from now, when this video posts, until Wednesday, November 18th. So if you've been waiting forever to get that Jackery 300 or the Jackery 1000 on sale, now's the time. So if you want to get 15% off of a Jackery, click the links below in the description. Note that the sale only goes on through Wednesday, November 18th, and that's as supplies last. I have to say supplies last because Jackery has promoted the tar out of this sale, and I expect they're going to sell out very quickly, especially the 300, 1000, and the 100 watt panels, because those are like the hot commodities right now. So you have been warned. And if you want to be the first to know about the upcoming Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales, be sure to subscribe to the channel right now. And optionally, you can subscribe to my blog by going to hobotech.tv/blog. And there's a little box there. You can type your email address in. And anytime I post a blog or post a video, you will get an email. And that means you'll be one of the first ones to know about these kinds of deals. You'll be able to be one of the first ones to jump on it before they go out of style. Thanks for watching. If you learned something today, don't forget to give me a thumbs up below. And if you're not a subscriber already, you know what to do. That's it for now. Till next time. And if a Jackery Explorer 1000 isn't big enough for you, and if that still ain't enough, how about this sucker? Stay tuned. So if you want to get a Jackery off 15%, if you want to get off your Jackery, get 15%, get 15% off your Jackery, that's it. Click the links below. All right, forget that one. That's definitely a retake.
Hey!
RV Golf Guy, Z Foxfire, Jag Smith.